This is Arts Alive. I'm Lynda Phillippi, and my guest today is John Stromme, who, a man I've known many years, and I think the first time I met you, I think it was at the Granary. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it was a really hot day.
It absolutely was, yeah.
And we were sitting over there talking about the fact that you were going to come in and do the show.
Yeah.
I don't even know what year that was, but it's been a while.
Quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
Well over 10. Maybe even 12. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking it probably was.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, that is.
So
Hard to
let's talk
believe.
about you, because I understand you have a new studio.
I do. Yeah, I'm on 3rd Street, street level, which is what I've always wanted.
Sure.
But it was hard getting it. Those spaces, they would come up and somebody else would be in it before I even knew it was available. I think what happened this time around is maybe COVID, I don't know, but there was a for lease sign. And you never see for lease signs on 3rd Street unless it's a big, spot or something. And, a really big building. Other than that, the ones that are the size that you'd want to put an art gallery in, they just, I never, and then when I did, it was the wrong timing or something. And so, anyway, so I went in and talked, and we settled on a price, and yeah, it's been great. I've been there 3 months now.
So what's the address?
It's 307 Northeast 3rd. So it's right across from the Blue Moon Tavern.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy to remember.
Yeah, and right next door to Pura Vida.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been really, and they get a lot of people in that restaurant.
Sure, and has that translated into foot traffic for you?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it has, yeah.
Good.
And yeah, my traffic count is way up. I was on the 2nd floor above Pinot Vista.
Sure.
And which went really well for me. But my traffic count is way up, of course. And the nice thing, too, is I'm meeting people I've never met before.
Oh, good.
Because, a lot of my business was tied to Rich's business downstairs, Pinot Vista, and probably Inner Oasis, too, as well, Joanne's business. So it was kind of the same clientele again and again, which you would expect of a wine bar.
Sure.
But with this, it's, I meet new people all the time.
I love it.
So.
And have you noticed at all that, you're doing any sort of different kind of work, or has any of that changed at all, or?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm always looking for new, I'm doing the same thing I've always done, which is I'm always working on new styles. I'm always looking for a new style, or trying to come up with one.
Stretch yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I paint a lot of different styles.
Sure.
I don't like to paint just one style. That would drive me crazy. Actually, you can see it on the screen there.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, that's just one wall. The other wall is covered on the other side. Has the same amount of paintings on it.
Wow.
There's about 320 paintings in there, I think.
That's really
I
incredible.
haven't counted them. So.
Now, when you've got I see you've got the seating area in the middle. Is that for events, or is that just guest seating as people?
What's funny about that is everybody asks me about that, and the truth is that I had those chairs, and I had to put them someplace.
I love it.
So that's where I put them. But everybody that comes in, they say, so what was your motivation for having these chairs set up? Because they like that they're there for some reason,
Do you know what it reminds me?
I said I had to put them somewhere.
Well, I like the space. I love the space, and I love, you know, the colors of the walls and the fact that you've got all these images hanging, but then with in the middle of the chairs, it kind of reminds me of like maybe a discussion group, a book group, I don't know, a journaling thing or creativity workshop or something along those lines.
Well, I have I try to have. Can I set this up here?
Sure.
I try to have as many events as I can,
Sure.
and I let different groups come in there and meet. So it's handy for that. And, and then my wife has her cookie business in there too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she has this corner. And she set up she has gluten-free cookies.
Oh, gluten-free, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the painting that you brought in with you today.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, tell me about that because I think it's very intriguing.
This painting I was in Croatia. I spent about a week there,
Nice.
visited some friends, and just kind of toured around. This is in Roving, and I took hundreds of photos,
Sure.
as you can imagine, and
Yes, I know because I did the same thing.
it's nauseating how many photos I
Right.
take. But anyway, so when I got to painting it, when I got home and started painting it, I did something that I hadn't done before, which was to make the faces blank. And sometimes you see that in restaurants. Some of the art in restaurants are that way. And I really liked it.
I do too.
So, it's one of my favorite paintings that I've got on the wall right now.
I like it because, it's evocative of course, the architecture, the old style. But then just the movement, the to and fro, and the way the colors are balanced. I really like it.
Yeah, I really like that painting. And I've got quite a few, of course, but that one I just really like. So.
And do you often paint from photographs?
Well, commissions are almost always from photographs
Sure.
because nobody sits anymore.
No.
Not in this day and age. Nobody has the patience to sit while you paint them.
Or to stand in that elegant pose with your arm up like this,
Nobody's a pretty big word to use, but it's extremely rare, and it's the people that would do it would be models or something. So you're going to have to pay them and all of that.
Sure.
And organize it. And so, And then I paint a lot from like landscapes and things like that. A lot of those are just memories. I just paint I'll start painting and they just kind of show up,
I love it.
It's fun.
You have kind of a photographic memory.
Well, I remember how things look. I don't know photographic memory. I don't know that I'd claim that. I just remember what I see. And
the mood of how you felt about what you see, and that comes through
that
as well.
type of thing.
The colors and
Yeah.
like this one, like the softness in a way, but the contrast and
Yeah, it's I really love to paint that way. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll start and I'll just do one line, and then I do another line or something, and then I see something. I go, that looks like such and such or whatever, and then it takes off from there.
So you don't necessarily have an idea when you sit down with a canvas or stand there with a canvas what it's going to be. You kind of wait for it to speak to you.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I normally don't know, unless it's a commission or well, in a case like this one here that we just looked at, that I knew what I was going to do. But I didn't know how I was going to do it. Because stuff shows up while you're painting, so.
Sure. What kind of commissions do you get? Is it for people to paint people?
A lot of
or
portraits.
Dogs or children?
A lot of dogs, a lot of portraits.
Okay.
Children, that's interesting. I actually have not painted that many children. For some, and I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, a lot of portraits. I've done cars. I've done, buildings. I painted all of Sherry Lewis's buildings.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, And
where does she hang them?
I'm not sure where she has them. I think she wanted them. I think she wants to have them as kind of, that she would hand them down to her son or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'm not going to get in trouble for
Commemorative or something.
bringing her
know.
up.
I think it's
she
fine.
won't get mad
no,
at me
because
or something.
she's one of your clients.
She's a dear friend.
Yeah.
She was a wonderful landlord. She was just fantastic. And so
what's next for you in 22? Do you have any trips planned, or?
I don't. I'm kind of. That's a really good question. I haven't really thought about it as far as any trips go. I'm sure I will. I just haven't thought about where.
Well,
to go.
obviously you moved into a new space,
Yeah.
and so you're going
Yeah.
to be busy working that, and.
Yeah, I might go over. I'll probably go down to. My son lives in South Pasadena, so I'll probably pop down and say hi to them.
Sure.
And
when you do that, do you take photos and then bring them back and maybe do some paintings?
Always.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm always taking photos. So yeah, so I don't have any really big plans. I'm just gonna, keep painting every day and keep selling art.
I love that.
So,
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice.
So it probably feels good that you've got your own space. I mean, on the ground floor.
That's what feels
in terms
really
of getting
good.
supplies and equipment in and out. Just either
Yeah,
the stairs
that's
or
nice.
the elevator,
Yeah, I hadn't really given him. I kind of missed the stairs because I had run up them, and I'd go up and down those stairs many times in one day, and I'd kind of use it like exercise.
That was your free fitness.
Yeah, and I really miss the thing I really miss is, all my friends there at Pino Vista.
Sure.
They kind of became like family.
Yeah.
And so that part is it's a little, just took some getting used to.
Sure.
But, I still go down and say hi and, visit with them.
Sure.
So.
I guess what you'll have to do is get a wine barrel for your studio that's full, and then you can run the garden hose all the way down the street and say,
there you go.
Follow this garden hose back down to my studio.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that this year will bring a lot more people out and about, and maybe the resumption of some, more participation in, the art walks and the different kinds of openings that we do downtown quite a bit.
The last few months have been very good for me.
Good, I'm really glad.
Yeah, during COVID, when they had to shut down tight, that was kind of rough.
Awful.
Yeah, that was a little bit tough on artists and every other small business person. So, but yeah, business has been very good. So I'm really happy about that.
So glad to hear that. Yeah. Well, John, I'm really glad that you could be here today.
Thank you. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Bring some of your work in, and you actually look really great. I was going to tell you when you walked in, it's like, wow, you look thin. So it must have been all those stairs.
Actually, I think I gained a few pounds
Really?
over Christmas. But,
okay.
But I'll get rid of it.
I know people talk about the COVID-15, but some people went up and some people went down, I think.
Yeah. Probably so, yeah.
Anyway, well, it's great to see you.
Well, you look wonderful as ever.
Thank you, and I'm glad you could be here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.